Namaste, welcome everyone, welcome. So let's have available what we need for our practice as usual. Let's get set up at the outset by having prepared our space with our books, cushion, folded blanket, low footstool. We find support in our environment with the props that are available to us within our environment. We're not alone on our journey of yoga practice. This is not something that we have to do without help, without support, without being able to express ourselves fully. And sometimes, in order to feel stable and secure, we might need to reach for something that provides us with balance, or something that's solid that we can reach for. And that supports us. Let me just close this. Sorry, bear with me. I'm just sorting out my equipment here. Thank you. Our practice today is going to continue with our Pride series, as we're in June. And today, the theme that I wish to draw upon is I am. I am. I am. And the mantra we're going to focus on is Soham Hamsa. I am that. Who am I? I am that. Who am I? Soham Hamsa. This is around autonomy in our self-expression of who I am. I am who I am. I am that. So thinking about how we are assigned gender, we are assigned identities that are constructed by others around us, how that contains, oppresses, excludes, limits our own unique expression of self. Soham Hamsa. And the mudra that we're going to adopt is Agni mudra. So we place the left palm sort of parallel to where the belly button is, and then our right hand, fingers curled in, thumb extended. Agni mudra, fire mudra. And the element of fire, Agni or Tejas, is connected to Manipura chakra, our third chakra. The bejeweled city, the city of gems, our shining, glorious, radiant self. Is said to reside in the Manipur chakra, the solar plexus chakra, at the very core of who we are. Closing your eyes. Take a full breath in, full breath out to ground and center within ourselves. To return home to ourselves. To realign our understanding and connection with the self. We'll start by chanting Soham Hamsa 3 times. And then I'm going to invite you, following our Om, to breathe with Soham Hamsa. I'll guide you through. Inhale to prepare. Soham Hamsa, Soham Hamsa, Soham Hamsa. Om, Om, Om. Soham Hamsa, Soham Hamsa, Soham Hamsa. The certainty followed by the question, followed by the response, followed by the question, this ever questioning sense of who we are, exploring, moving beyond boundaries, and then reaching for that true essence of self deep within. I am that. With certainty, with confidence, with pride. Inhale, so, exhale, hum. Inhale, hum, exhale, sa. So breaking up all of these parts that come together. So, hum, sa. So let that outward breath be a sigh. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Inhale, hum. Exhale, sa. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Inhale, hum. Exhale, so. One more round, silently meditating on this mantra as you draw in the breath, as you exhale the breath. So, hum, hum, sa. Releasing your Agni Mudra. So for the rest of our practice, we can fold in the middle finger and place the thumb on the middle finger knuckle for Surya Vedana, the glorious sun that it lightens up, enlightens, illuminates, shines upon who we are. So let's start by doing some Sufi circles here. As you inhale, move over to the left, exhale to the right. Begin to connect with this question throughout your practice. For many over the last year, we have had an opportunity to withdraw from society in many ways and begin to think about who we are without the daily lived realities of expectations placed upon our appearance, placed upon our behavior, placed upon the sex or the gender that we were assigned at birth. Perhaps it's given us an opportunity to explore our identities, to move beyond the normative constraints. So both directions, coming to stillness. Inhale, Surya Mudra, over to the right. Breathing deeply into the core today. So we want to breathe into the Manipur plexus, the Manipur chakra, the solar plexus. Through center, up and over to the left. So if you've had opportunity to be free of expectation, to perhaps begin to reflect on all the parts of the self, to look at this sort of self as a circle, as a web, rather than this linear self, thinking more than binaries. We've been moving beyond this sense of binary around race, around gender, so that our thinking is more expansive, more open. Keep flowing with your lateral flows, crescents to the left and the right. And then when you've finished over on the left, come back to center, take a moment. Agni Mudra here. We're going to practice our Kapalabhati breath, shining skull breath, or breath of fire here. Now you can maintain the Agni Mudra for this, or you can place your left hand on your heart and right hand on your lower belly so that you can feel the movement of the breath in and out. Kapalabhati is the shining skull breath. It is an active exhale, and the inhale is passive. It happens automatically on the return. And we make a pumping movement with our abdomen, with our belly. So we're going to be drawing the navel back towards the spine as we exhale. So the exhale is active. So you find yourself, I'll start with my hands and I might move to the sides so you can see my belly moving. Make sure you can see my belly. If you are on your moon cycle, if you are menstruating, if you have a migraine or a headache, or if you are pregnant, then skip this breath and stay with long, deep breathing. Inhale fully. So keep an eye on my belly, and you'll see that as I exhale, I'm pumping my belly back. There's a very visible movement with the abdomen here. Exhale is through the nose. Inhale is through the nose. And you can see the forcefulness, and you can feel the forcefulness of this breath right from the very core of who you are. Expelling, releasing, sending out into the world who you are with fire power. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, exhale. Now squeeze the pelvic floor. Hug in the ribs to the midline. Release your chin down towards your throat. So you're engaging your Mula Bandh, Uddiyana Bandh, Jalandhar Bandh. 3 locks. These 3 locks of vital life force energy are containing the energy. Your breath is out. Hold this for as long as is comfortable for you. Then release the chin when you're ready. Take a breath in. Maintain the root lock, Mula Bandh, the navel lock, Uddiyana Bandh, and engage the Jalandhar Bandh, the throat lock. Now the breath is being contained within. When we practice these locks, Mahabandha, we are intensifying the expression of our energy. We are able to guide that energy, to contain that energy, to focus that energy. We're containing it so that it is purposeful for what our intention is, our expression is, so that we can use that energy to sit in our self with courage, with fire. Release the Jalandhar, take a full breath out through open mouth. Release the Mula Bandh and the Uddiyana Bandh. Soham, Hamsa. Soham Hamsa. Open out your arms in with your thumbs extended. So we're Agni Mudra here. And as we exhale again, we're going to do another breath here. Exhaling, pumping the elbows to the ribs. Inhale, arms out. So a pumping breath. This is known as Bhastrika breath. So we're going to be pumping the breath, and it's going to be even inhale, even exhale. Really firing up that energy. So this is Bhastrika pranayama. This is like bellows breath. So it's almost as if you're inflating and deflating your lungs actively, like a balloon. And like when you use the bellows on a fire, really pumping up the air so that we can stoke the flames of who we are. Inhaling to reach out, exhaling to hug the elbows in. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Shining, radiant, powerful you. I am that. Soham. I am that. Hands to the earth. Let's come onto our knees. Table Bhamarasana. Inhale, lift that tailbone. Drop the navel. And open the heart. Shining, radiant here. Lift your gaze. Exhale to round through the spine by drawing in the navel. So let's move quite quickly here today. And you can add that Kapalabhati breath. So you can add the active exhale and the passive inhale as you curve through the spine. Really firing up a Kundalini energy. Kundalini energy is the rising energy that moves all the way through our chakras to reach the crown, Sahasrara chakra. And that is where we have enlightenment. That enlightenment, illumination, that sparkle like a crown of lotus, golden, silver. To be 1,000 lotus petals at the Sahasrara. So we're using this fire energy to drive our expression of self. Coming to stillness at the next exhale. Keeping that exhale so that dip in the back, turn to gaze back towards the left. Let's check out the binaries. Said to be the feminine on the left, the masculine on the right. Let's reject those and let's think about those as forms of energy, not feminine, but creative source energy, not masculine, but pure consciousness, creative energy to the left, consciousness on the right. This sense of being, this sense of creativity, this sense of being. These are the energies that we talk about when we talk about Shiva and Shakti, about the deities. So often many have been presented in our human understanding in either the male or female form. Let's begin to reject that traditional, narrow construct of understanding and really look at the philosophy behind yoga. The philosophy talks about creative energy. It has been westernized and Europeanized in terms of our understanding. The manifestations of form are manifestations of energy, not gender. Back to center. When you've rejected, perhaps you do a little breath, blow it out, over to the left, over to the right, just get rid of it. Tuck your toes, inhale, lift your tailbone, coming into Parvatasana. Walk your feet, my friends. Shake it out. Draw that navel in towards the spine where your firepower sits. And then gaze down towards the earth, coming into stillness. So let's check out our form here. Fingers spread wide. Heels reaching towards the earth. Tailbone reaching up, these 3 points of connection. 2 points of connection, and that tail, the mountain reaching up. When we think about the physical form in yoga, we're thinking about the manifestation of ourself in matter. It is not others who decide our manifestation. That is simply an expression of how we feel who we are. When we think about the myriad of ways that we can express ourselves, thinking about how we can be under the umbrella of genderqueer, there's no one way of being. There's no one expression or one or the other, this or that. Thinking in non-binary ways. Thinking about how binary set up division, divisiveness, separation, disconnection. One breath here in your mountain, feeling solid. And then let's walk all the way or jump to the top of your mat, coming into a forward fold here. Walk your hands over to the left here while you're in your forward fold here. So you feel a deep twist at the navel. So as we're working with the Manipur chakra today, we're going to be working on this core by twisting and turning. Breathing into the abdomen. Walk your hands through to center over to the right. And remember, your fingertips can be on the earth here, or you can raise the earth and place your fingertips on blocks or a footstool. Back to center, take a moment here, and then bend into your knees. Engage your navel by drawing your belly button up towards the spine. Sit back. Imagine you are squeezing a block between your thighs. Press through all 4 corners of your feet. Perhaps you lift your toes. This will help you to press through the 4 corners and then release your toes to the earth. Drawing your navel together. Let's bring your hands in Agni Mudra here at the solar plexus. Reach your crown forward. Coming into Utkatasana. Strong pose. Your legs are engaged here. Oh, those muscles, feel that power that you have. So as it's Pride Month, let's expand our understanding and appreciation and allyship, active allyship, where we take risks to support our siblings who are not safe sometimes in this world. Many times, in many places, they are not safe. So thinking about our LGBTQI plus community, all love to you, all love to us. However we express ourselves within that. One more breath here. Now, I know your legs can feel it. Begin to rise up by pressing through the feet. Keep your spine long, coming to standing. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Tadasana, standing mountain. Turn over to the left. Gaze over to the left behind you. So you can have your hands with your thumbs extended in this variation, or you can bring your thumb to the knuckle of your middle finger. I quite like having my thumb there because I can gaze at my thumb. Inhale through center, right arm reaches back, take your gaze with it. Let's move from left to right. Inhaling right, exhaling left. Inhaling right, Exhaling left. Doesn't matter which way you do it. If you do it the other way around, that's absolutely fine, because we are breathing in our own body with our own expression. So maintain your hips to as far forward as you can as you turn. It's going to be hard work for your arms. I'm not kidding you. We need to be strong to do the work we need to do in this world, to carve our place, to carve our path, to stand our ground in our sense of self, who we are, our gender identity, our gender expression. Gender identity is something that is placed upon us in many ways, but we can choose our gender expression. We can choose our gender identity. It is how we feel, who we are. It may not be assigned. It may not be the same as that was assigned at birth. If we identify as cisgender, that means that our gender and our understanding of who we are aligns with the sex assigned to us at birth. If we are transgender or non-binary, that means that we do not align with the sex ascribed to us or assigned to us at birth, based on physical, anatomical characteristics that are at best casual, based on what we look like, based on what our gender organs look like, our sex organs look like at birth. And that's not necessarily who we are. Coming back to stillness. I'm spending so much time talking, my friends. Let's start doing more practice. Back to center. Inhale, hands reach overhead. Exhale, fold forward, fingertips to the earth. Hands to thighs or shins, halfway at the Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, Agni Mudra. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Let's pump it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Agni Mudra. Ardha Surya Namaskar. Last time. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, and then inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands to the Agni Mudra at the solar plexus, the city of jewels. Perhaps you visualize bright yellow here, or a deep amber orange, the flames of fire, moving into Surya Namaskar. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, step the right foot back. Your option, yogi. You can bring that right knee to the earth or keep it lifted. I'll bring the knee to the earth for this side. Inhale, hands in Agni Mudra at the solar plexus. Take a moment here. So wherever you are here, what we're going to do is we're going to open out our arms in that V shape with our thumbs extended. And we're going to do 3 Kapalabhati breaths here. I'm going to try and, I'll just be forward like this so you can see me. Exhale. Hugging in the elbows. Bring your hands back to Agni Mudra. Take a moment there. So wherever you are, remember you can pad that right knee if it's on the earth. So I hope you joined me then. If not, have a go now. We'll do 3 breaths. Inhaling up, exhaling, hugging in the elbows. And then when you've done the 3rd, bring your hand to your Manipur chakra. Take a moment here. Let's turn over to the left. Now here, as you turn over to the left, remember that right knee is on or off the earth. Take a moment, open out your arms. Keep breathing here into the abdomen. Yogi's choice here. We're going to come into Namaskar and place the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Left hand pressing down into the right palm here. Deep twist here. Remember, you can have your knee off the earth or on the earth on this side. One more breath. Exhale, turn to the earth. Release your hands. In fact, let's come back up to center first. Into your Agni and then release your hands. Lift your right knee if it's on the earth. Step back long. Body parallel. Plank here. Draw in the navel. If you are with your knees on the earth, still draw in your navel. Push the earth away. So create the same actions, like pushing the earth away, clawing through your tiger claws, drawing in the navel to the spine. Broaden across the collarbones. Three breaths here. And then everybody, knees to the earth, untuck your toes, Ashtanga Asana to the earth, 8-limbed pose, chest and chin to the earth. Slide your knees away, Cobra, Bhujangasana. You can place your fingertips high on the earth or you can place your hands flat on the earth. Yogi's choice here, and then rise up in Cobra. Hug in the elbows, wherever you are. Exhale, lower to the earth. Tucking your toes, pressing through your hands, through table if you wish, into mountain part of the Tadasana. Take a full breath here. Perhaps you take a tiger's breath. Simhasana pranayama, remember, that's the one with the tongue poking out, loud roar, eyes open wide on the exhale. Stepping forward with that left leg now. So your option will be, stepping forward with the right leg rather. So your option will be to bring the left knee to the earth if you had your right knee on the earth, or you can keep that left knee lifted. So come forward with your right foot from mountain. So I'm going to step forward and I'm going to keep my left knee lifted on this round. So you can see me here. Inhale, rise with your Agni Mudra at the solar plexus. So remember, you have that left knee on or off the earth. And so let's come into our Kapalabhati breaths here. 3 rounds. Remember, open out your arms. Exhale, hug in the elbows. Not Kapalabhati. Why am I saying Kapalabhati? I mean Bastrika, don't I? And then hands back in there. Agni Mudra, take a moment, and then we're going to turn to the right and come into our twist over to the right. If you have your knee lifted, press into the back of the heel. Check that you have a sense of stability here. So let's think about what it means and what LGBTQIA plus means. Because for some people, these might be some new acronyms. L is lesbian, G is gay, B is bisexual, T is transgender, Q is queer, and some people say questioning, I is intersex, A can be asexual, aromantic, or agender. And plus is so that we are inclusive, because these terms do not apply or describe how everyone feels in terms of their identity. And remember, there's differences between identity, behavior, and attraction. And they won't all fit into neat little stereotypes or boxes or packages. Let's bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, palms together, right elbow reaching up. Parivritta Namaskar. Konasana. So we can really feel the power building up within us today. Soham Hamsa. Turn back to center, bring your hands back in your Agni Mudra just for a moment before releasing your hands and stepping your right leg back. Where was I? Right leg back. Take a moment here. Let's exhale, knees, chest and chin, and Ashtanga to the earth. 8-limbed pose. Slide your knees away, coming into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, flow down to the earth. Press your hands, tuck your toes. Inhale, lift back into mountain. Take a moment here. And then let's walk our hands back towards our feet so that we come into a functional forward fold. So shift the weight of your hips behind your feet. Fingertips can be on the earth or on blocks or low footstool. Draw in the navel, breathe into the back body here. Decompress the space at the back body by breathing into the back body. Soham Hamsa. So here what we are seeking, we're coming into these grounded poses in between the fiery poses so that we can find safety. Remember that it is safe for those of us and those of you who have a sense of disconnection with the constraints that others place upon you. When your identity or your behavior or those to whom you're attracted or love is not accepted by the dominant culture around us, when the dominant culture is hostile, violent, abusive, we need to find safety with one another, safety with our trusted family and friends. Often we have to create our own family. Thinking about what it takes in terms of inner strength and courage, the risk taken to confidently step into our own identity. Soham Hamsa. Let's walk your hands all the way back now. Bring your hands onto your shins, halfway lift. Full breath here. Bend into your knees. Hands in Agni at the solar plexus here, Utkatasana. We're going to do a twist here. So let's bring our hands and arms so that they're parallel, left hand behind to start with. Exhale, right elbow to the inside or outside of the left knee. Come into prayer here. Parivritta Namaskar. Utkatasana. Open out your arms. Reach up. Can create those V shapes with your arms. Exhale, Bhastrika Pranayam here. 3 times. And then let's turn over to the right. Right hand behind. I know your legs are feeling it here. We're working hard. Creating the strength and power we need to step into who we are. I am that, who I am. Who am I? I am that. I am who I am. Exhale, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Hands in namaskar, look over to the right. Oh, those thighs. Those thighs. Feel the burn. That's the firepower. So that you can be your radiant, shining, illuminating, effervescent, exuberant self. You can choose to transform your place in relation to yourself. You can transform your relationship with yourself. It doesn't have to align or ascribe or fit in with anything else that anybody else is expecting, what society is expecting. One more breath here, back to center. Let's open out those arms. And then, you know where we're going. Vastrika pranayam. Exhale. My arms are going all over the place. So excited. Hand, elbows tucked in. Take a moment, release the legs, shake them out, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Circle your hips one way, then the other way. Do whatever you need to do. Maybe you shake them. I know they've been working hard. Let's take a moment here. Let's come back to center of our mat. Open out in angel here. Tadasana. So fingers open wide, or you can have your thumb extended and hands folded. Yogi's choice, how you feel. See what feels right for you here. Take the left foot behind you. From here, we're going to lift that left leg and fly, coming into a variation of Virabhadrasana 3. If you want to reach for something, you can hold on to the wall. Or perhaps you only go at an angle that feels comfortable for you, that you can balance. Bend into that right knee, fly. I am that. Soham Hamsa. Soham Hamsa. As you exhale now, begin to return to center, bend into that left knee, reach your hands up. And then let's bring that right foot over onto the left foot over onto the right knee, so that you come here into this Shiva pose, pure consciousness, pure awareness. Remember, your mudra can be whatever you prefer it to be. See, I always play around with how I want to feel, what kind of energy do I want to create, what sort of energy do I want to express and manifest in that moment. So remember, one of the ways that we understand Shiva and Shakti is Adhanashwarya. This kind of merging, seamless smelina of expressions and manifestations, not this male and female coming together, or this masculine and feminine coming together, but this myriad ways of expressing energy and how it may manifest in form. Adhanashwarya is a merging. So perhaps if we want to wish to think of it like two-spirit, the indigenous belief systems around two-spirit, this idea of gender fluidity and gender openness predated British Raj. And it was only until the British Empire, with its Victorian bigoted attitudes, began to introduce these gender binaries into Indian society. Inhale, lift your crown, release that left foot. You might want to shake the right leg out. Let's go into our angel form on the right side. Remember, you can do your hands open. I like to create this sense of expansiveness, openness. As you exhale, begin to reach your heart forward, reach your crown forward, come into flying. A variation of Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. And when you're ready, remember you can hold onto the wall whenever you want. When you're ready, let's bend into that right knee and reach up with our arms. As you exhale, right ankle, right foot. Find your balance like me, don't look at the camera. Right, let's come into our Shiva variation here. Pure consciousness, pure awareness of who I am, my identity, my sense of self. I am that. Thinking about the ways that those of us who have a safer journey in the world, who have more alignment with the sex or gender that is assigned to us or that is visible to the world. Because that invisible and the visible are aligned, because remember that sometimes the visible and the invisible is most clearly cannot always be seen by the world. And for us to avoid making assumptions based on what it is that we see and what we do not see. And if that's in alignment for us, then our journey through the world is safer. If that's not in alignment for us, because of the constraints or the constructs placed upon us, think about how we can be allies. And we can do that by opening up and expanding our vocabulary, our understanding, thinking about how we express our pronouns. So we can be sure that we ourselves are creating an inclusive, embracing, welcoming ethos, environment, relationships. My pronouns are she, her. What are your pronouns? Perhaps you're during this period of reflection, this question of who am I? When you're ready, oops, let me balance. It's always fun for me, not trying to balance without being intentional. When you're ready, release that right foot. Perhaps in this period of being somewhat released from the pressures of everyday living by being in retreat in our own homes. Let's come down to the earth before I carry on talking. Exhale, hands reach down, bend into your knees, flow to the earth, and then come to sit here. Place the right foot next to the left hip. hugging it in. Or you can extend that right leg if it feels too intense for that. Bring that left foot onto the other side of the right knee. So coming into Matsyendrasana, hugging in that left knee, lifting the crown here. Open out the arms. As you exhale, bring the right elbow either to hug that left knee or to bring that right elbow to the outside of that left knee. And turn to gaze over to the left shoulder. So if over this period of retreat, which was enforced upon many of us, for those of us who were able to make that choice, not everyone was, and I'm very mindful of that. In that time, have you begun to explore and question the idea of fluidity, the idea of flowing through identities, exploring identities, perhaps thinking about, who am I? Am I that which the world sees, or am I that which is my true essence? Perhaps you've been thinking about they, them. Perhaps your friends, your family, your colleagues you haven't seen have undergone transformation in their relationship with their self. So creating space for those conversations, those recognitions. Perhaps you have family and friends and colleagues who are using they, them now. Perhaps they're not quite ready to come out. What can you do to be the trusted ally and friend? Inhale through center, counter twist over to the right for a moment. And then release back to center. Let's release the left foot. And let's swap over. I was going to do a little twirl, but I thought that might be a bit much at this time of our practice. Bringing that left foot towards the right hip and cross over that right foot. If you want to do the twirl, you can go ahead and do the twirl. Should I do it? I'm going to do the twirl. Let's do the twirl. So to twirl from here. So when you do that counter twist, lift up onto your high up to your fingertips and then pivot and rotate on the ball of your feet all the way around. And you come in as if by magic. Let's take that left elbow, either hugging in that right knee or to the outside of that right knee, gaze over your right shoulder. I'm coming into Surya Mudra here for this part of my practice, the enlightenment, the illumination. So let's be active in our allyship. It's not enough to be neutral, to be silent observer. We have to be the change that we want to see. We have to be the change makers for our family and friends. It is safer for us who identify with the gender that we were assigned at birth, because the world accepts that as the norm. Or if we are attracted across the binary and not living heteronormative lives. So let's begin to think about how that sense of who I am that. Let's exhale, counter twist over to the left. Soham Hamsa. Such a precious part of who we are, our true essence, of our spirit, our creative source of energy, pure consciousness within. And yoga is a practice that enables us to manifest into form that brings harmony, balance, alignment with our deep, deep selves. Inhale back to center. Uncross your legs. Take a moment here. Let's hug everything in. Just for a moment. And then let's come down to the earth just for a moment. So as you exhale, reach forward. You can bring your Agni thumbs here. Exhale, low to the earth. Arms, cactus arms. So you can bend at the elbows or arms parallel like a T-shape. Hug in the knees. And as you exhale, release the knees over to the left. And take your gaze over to the right. Breathing into the abdomen. One more breath here. Inhale through center, and then exhale, knees over to the right. Arms can be out in a T shape, or you can have cactus arms. Three more breaths here in Supta Matsyendrasana. Inhale, center. Hug your knees in. And gently roll on your lower back from side to side. You're going to rise up here. So you can either rock and roll on your spine and rise up, or you can roll over to the side and rise up with helping hands. Whichever path, journey, or transition we choose, let's all meet here in Sukhasana. Closing your eyes. I invite you to check out Trans Yoga Project, teachers who expand our understanding, our practice in an inclusive, safe space. Closing with Soham Hamsa and then Om Shanti. Soham Hamsa. Soham Hamsa. Soham Hamsa. Om Shanti. 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 Dhanyavad.